introduced. These will be state-funded and free. The national vaccination strategy will continue to be guided by the best available scientific evidence and the safety of all Zimbabweans remaining a priority. A national vaccine deployment framework has also been finalized. The initial objective is to inoculate at least 60% of the population to achieve population immunity. The first phase of inoculation of the vaccine will see our hard-working frontline workers, the elderly, and those with underlying medical conditions being prioritized. Nevertheless, government is aware that vaccines do not provide 100% protection or impart immunity. With this in mind, the present World Health Organization public health protocols remain critical in the second phase and must continue to be adhered to at all times, even after vaccines have been administered. Government has set aside the requisite financial resources for the purchase of vaccines. In line with our policy of pooling national effort and resources, government will also partner the corporate world and other players in the procurement of COVID-19 vaccines and related consumables. The recent meeting I convened with our business sector yielded notable and commendable results. Allow me to take this opportunity to express our heartfelt and sincere gratitude to the President of the People's Republic of China, His Excellency Xi Jinping, the government and the people of China for their kind donation of 200,000 doses of the Sinopharm vaccine. We applaud China for taking a leading role in contributing to our national vaccine deployment strategy and for its consistent humane policy of treating COVID-19 vaccines as global public goods. This kind of gesture is addition to the numerous donations, support and interventions made by China since the outbreak of the virus. It further attests to the fact that the People's Republic of China is indeed a true friend of Zimbabwe, whose relations has been enhanced to strategic partnership and cooperation. Over and above this support, the partnership under the African Union Global Fund COVAX facility and other bilateral arrangements will see our country secure sufficient vaccines. I would like to express our nation's deep indebtedness to all our frontline staff in the fight against the pandemic. They continue to be exemplary with dedication, sacrifice, and commitment to duty. To you, my countrymen and women, I want to remind you that the war is not yet over. We must renew our vigilance at all times so that we consolidate the current downward transmission trend through masking up washing hands, and practicing social distancing. This is also in keeping with the exhortations made in the Bible in Exodus chapter 30, verses 18-21, which talks about washing of hands, and in Leviticus chapter 13, verses 4 and 5 and 46, which talks on social distancing, and Leviticus 13, verses 4, talks about quarantine. Government will be making regular assessments of the situation to achieve the intricate balance between saving lives, livelihoods, and our economy. Fellow countrymen and women, since the advent of the Second Republic, we have strived to establish a culture of a hard, honest work, unity of purpose among the many different interests in our great nation. We are indeed diverse but one. Now, we can proudly say that we are a stronger nation, more united and peaceful. We have stood together in the midst of many challenges, from the economy to droughts, cyclones, and now this pandemic. Our experiences have toughened us and should indeed embolden us for the tasks that are ahead towards building a prosperous nation, Zimbabwe. Let our spirits not be dampened or deterred by cycles. We are writing our history and charting our own course. Success and the realization of the vision for economic growth, prosperity, development, modernization, and a better quality of life for all our people is on the horizon. Through the rapid implementation of the National Development Strategy 1 in the buoyant agriculture and mining sectors, we remain positive about the prospects of notable economic growth in 2021. To date, our flourishing progress has seen stability of the foreign exchange rate and the prices of our goods and services. As a responsible and patriotic people, I urge all of us across all economic spectrums to persistently play our part in maintaining this stability for a better quality of life for all. My administration will continue along the path of a balanced budget and a balanced economy, which gives due attention to all areas of our economy and society. This will be constantly informed principles of equalization and a devolved development, which has so far led to transformation of the social infrastructure landscape in our rural areas. This approach has been resourced so that every province, district, ward, or suburb in our country, in both urban and rural areas, experiences quality social services and increased economic opportunities. Government is, however, deeply concerned for expansive construction in wetlands and the river basins, as well as the construction of houses without the provision of requisite infrastructure such as roads, water, sewer, and electricity. The current excellent rain received across the country is exposed and laid bare the extent of the associated problems in unplanned settlements in our urban, peri-urban, and growth points. Henceforth, relevant ministries are being constituted in working groups that will focus on social service delivery, as well as arresting the negative impact of the chaotic and planned illegal settlements in growth points, towns, and cities. Meanwhile, alternative spaces have to be urgently identified and developed for relocation of families with houses built on wetlands and other undesignated areas. The Minister of National Housing and Social Amenities, along with other ministries, departments, and agencies, must immediately identify such areas and ascertain the quantum of affected households. Furthermore, the Environmental Management Authority, EMA, should identify and designate all wetlands around the country as unsuitable spaces for human settlements. Going forward, boundaries marking rural and urban land must be enforced or redrawn according to relevant laws. The redress of this undesirable and worrisome situation is being urgently and decisively undertaken across all local authorities. The current local urban authorities have failed the nation. Fellow Zimbabweans, the current agricultural season is promising to result in a bumper harvest and food self-sufficiency, with provinces having received above normal rainfall. Inflow to major dams has been good, with some reaching full capacity. This in turn positively impacts our irrigation potential in the coming seasons. Government stands ready to strengthen the confidence of investors and business alike. We are also consolidating our export and bilateral investment promotion strategies, given the enhanced economic integration under the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. The momentum witnessed in the past few years, which saw increased local capacity utilization and optimal production and productivity across all sectors, must continue. Ministries and agencies are available to facilitate the convenient flow of trade and exports, which will ultimately benefit our people and the nation as a whole. Fellow Zimbabweans, let us love our country and do that which is right and in our national interest. With our goal of growth and prosperity in focus, criminality and delinquency should be permanently expunged from our society in favor of peace, harmony, and lawful conduct. The preservation of our democratic principles, constitutional values, and the rule of law must be upheld by all citizens with no exceptions.